everyone, Miko here with Behavior Analyst Supervisor. Thank you for joining us for our free Wednesday Zoom calls. Here you're watching on YouTube, but you could also join us on Wednesday. If you're interested in the link to these calls to join live, feel free to send us an email at info@behavioranalystsupervisor.com. You can also just check out our Instagram. We post questions every single day on Instagram. We also post a link to our free Zoom calls. Every Wednesday, we go through a different task list item area, such as A1. We'll talk a little bit about that task list item, and then we'll go through 3 mock exam questions relating to that task list area. We hope that this provides an opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about the task list and also dive deep into question dissection. We here at Behavior Analyst Supervisor really focus on providing explanations on why an answer is correct and why it's also incorrect. So we appreciate that you joined us. If you have any questions throughout the duration of this video, feel free to shoot us an email, hit that like and subscribe button for more information. Also, you can always leave a comment and we'll be sure to reach back out to you. Thanks again, and I'm Miko with Behavior Analyst Supervisor. You'll also be hearing from Amy and Kevin. Talk to you soon.
Hey everyone, Miko here with Behavior Analyst Supervisor. Welcome to a free Wednesday Zoom. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate y'all. So today we're talking a little bit about prediction, description, and control. Couple of quick announcements before we jump in. First and foremost, we do have the weekend task list marathon this weekend. So if you're a part of our All You Need, you are more than welcome to come and it's in your account. If you are not, just check out our website for information on how to register. You can use the discount code PASS all caps for 10% off. So more than welcome to use that. Other than that, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn my video off because when my video is on, my face comes on to YouTube, and just trying to get that off there. So it's gonna be on anyways at the beginning, but we'll go from there. So all right, let's do it. Stop video, perfect. I'm gonna stop y'all's videos that have it on right now too. You can turn it back on at the end, but okay, cool. There we are. So we're talking about prediction, description, and control today. This is not the same as prediction when it comes to experimental design. This is section A that we're talking about, not section D. Now there is a little bit of overlap, but again, overarchingly, I won't be talking about the prediction that we think about when we are in section D. Instead, we're talking about the 3 main goals of our science. So from the very beginning, the onset of what you learn, you need to remember that our science has these 3 main goals whenever we're setting out to accomplish behavior change. And those 3 goals are prediction, description, and control. As always, we're going to jump into each of them, learn a little bit more, and then I'll answer any questions that y'all have. So here we go. Also, happy spring. Like a couple days ago was the first day of spring, so I just felt the need to say happy spring. It was like 40 degrees here in Florida a few days ago, and I was so sad, but it's 81 today, so we're good. So I just felt the need to tell you all that. All right, so here it is, prediction. Well, what is prediction? The definition, and y'all know I like to do this 3 ways. Definition, obviously you have to have a foundation. More important even than the definition is application, because your exam is going to be all application. And I think you need clinical, and I think you need real life. A lot of people only do real life. Your exam is going to be clinical, so it's important to do both. So when I have these PowerPoints, when I go through this stuff with you, this is how we are suggesting that you study. This is an effective study method. Go definition, use an applied example, and then use a real life example. Don't lack on any of them. Make sure you do them all. And you will get the concepts. I can almost guarantee that. So first, prediction, the definition straight from Cooper is a statement of the anticipated outcome of a presently unknown or future measurement. Prediction is made when we have correlation. So it's super important to remember that prediction requires correlation. Well, what is correlation? Correlation means it's where like a set of facts collide a little bit, right? So in the past, things have happened to allow us to say they will happen again in the future. I can't just make a statement the sky is going to be blue, I can make a statement like the sky is going to be blue tomorrow because the sky is blue every day, right? Unless there's clouds. But what prediction is not is me saying the sky will be purple tomorrow because the sky is not purple, right? The sky is blue. So there needs to be that correlation. You can't just make a statement out of the blue, we have to make a statement because it has happened in the past. That's what correlation is. Our applied example. When an extinction procedure is implemented, the behavior is going to increase before it decreases. So again, this is true, right? We know that extinction leads to extinction bursts. There's an increase in the behavior before we see a decrease. That typically happens with extinction. It's a known and well-researched effect of extinction, so there's correlation there. Our real-life example, there will be more people on the beaches when the weather is above 80 degrees. This is my inspired example from today. When it's cold out, people don't like to go to the beach. It's also well known. You can look at a picture of the beach in the winter versus a picture of the beach in the summer. There will be more people on the summer. I could also say the beach will be more full on the weekends than it is during the week because people are off of work usually on the weekends. So that is what prediction is. It's a statement of the anticipated outcome based on correlation. Extremely important. All right, now we move on to description. So what is description? Description is a collection of facts about observed events that can be quantified, classified, and examined for possible relations with other known facts. So what it is it's literally you're describing something. Typically, we're talking about describing the behavior, but we could be describing the environment. When you think of description, though, the first thing that I want to pop into your head is that you are thinking about what the behavior looks like, describing it in observable, measurable terms. You have to be able to describe it in order to measure it, in order to observe it, in order to know if it's increasing or decreasing. Our applied example, when the light turns on in the therapy room, Mater rushes to the door at a running speed while yelling and scratching his arms. So we're describing what the behavior looks like. We're also describing the context in which the behavior occurs. So under what situation is this behavior likely to occur? That's our applied example of description. Lastly, our real life example is each morning when I wake up at 5 a.m., I lay in bed for 10 minutes, I brush my teeth, I take the dogs on a 1-mile walk, I hit the gym, and then I begin work, right? I'm describing what my morning routine is like. That's description. Cool. Next, we have the ever so important control. Control is the ability to predict to a certain degree of confidence that the independent variable is responsible for the change in the dependent variable. This is the highest level of science we can achieve. That's a direct quote from the Cooper book. So control or verification or a functional relation is what we are searching for. It's what we're doing in our interventions. We want to ensure that the independent variable is what's causing that change in the dependent variable and no other external facts. Our applied example, after receiving a new client in which there was an extensive intervention package in place, we conducted a component analysis and found that the client only needed a DRO in place. So when we're conducting a component analysis, we are systematically adding or removing different parts of the intervention package to see what parts are most effective, or in this case, what part is most effective. And so after you've completed the component analysis, you've achieved control, because we can definitively say through the process of doing or conducting a component analysis that the DRO is most effective. Real life example, each time I see a red light, I stop. When the red light is not present, I keep on driving. So I tend to be someone who does stop at red lights. I know not everyone does. I hope you do. But I know that if the light's red, I'm going to stop. If it's green, I'm going to go. Red, stop. Green, go. So that is control. The light controls my behavior. Similar concept. It's not technically a total AKA. Functional relation falls under control. When you have control, you have a functional relation. So they're very similar. I wouldn't consider them direct AKAs because they are separated in the Cooper book, though they mean essentially the same thing. And a lot of times we do use them interchangeably. So I guess that's that. All right, let's try our hand at 3 questions. I got some tricky ones in here today, just like last week. So here we go. Hannah wanted to see if she could use a token system to reduce her client's inappropriate vocalizations. She counted 30 inappropriate vocalizations per day. She then implemented a token system and counted 10 instances of inappropriate vocalizations. She has achieved control, description, prediction, or nothing. You pick. Go ahead and throw your answers in the chat. All right. So there's actually varied answers here. Anything from A to B to C to D to a little bit of everything. So for those of you that picked A, I did trick you. This was a tricky question. It's not control. We didn't remove the intervention. We just implemented it. So remember, for control, we need at minimum A-B-A design, right? So we need another reversal. Here, all we have is an A-B design. We have baseline, 30 instances, and then we have intervention, 10 instances. So not control. Is it description? For those of you that pick description, maybe there's an argument. I don't think we've actually said what inappropriate vocalizations are. We haven't really described the behavior a whole lot. We did give you the number, so it's quantifiable, but we haven't defined it. So this question, though, description had to have occurred before we're able to count it because, right, description allows us to count it. This scenario has not achieved description. We didn't describe what the behavior looked like here. Also, there's no prediction. So we talked about what we wanted to do. We didn't state what we thought would happen. So it's not prediction. So the answer to this one is nothing. We didn't achieve anything because we didn't describe what the behavior looks like. We did not remove. We didn't remove the token system to return to baseline, and we didn't predict. If we would have said, we assume that a token system is going to decrease it, then maybe, right? We said we wanted to see if a token system reduces. So we have a hypothesis here, but what this should say for prediction would be Hannah told the caregivers that after a token system was implemented, the client's inappropriate vocalization should reduce, or something along those lines. So we don't quite have that there. And then again, description, though it probably was described in the past to allow us to count it, this scenario does not describe the behavior. It doesn't tell us what the behavior looks like. So we haven't met that descriptive piece. All right, let's move to the next one. There will be time for questions at the end. So which of the following best represents prediction in accordance to behavioral principles? Miko will win the lottery tomorrow. Miko will play professional football tomorrow. Miko will post an Instagram question of the day tomorrow, or Miko will get a bonus tomorrow. Cool. So varied answers again, mostly C though, mostly C. I do see some A's and B's, and I hope A is true. It's not well, it might be, I don't know. So first off, we're thinking about prediction. Whenever you see prediction, your mind needs to think of correlation. Prediction requires correlation. There needs to be some sort of correlation that occurs. Here, I've never won the lottery. You might not have known that about me, but let's be honest, it would be like in the news, and I would probably still be here helping you, but maybe I don't. Okay, let's be honest. I'm probably going to be on vacation if I was going to win the lottery, or if I had in the past. But there's no correlation. People typically don't win the lottery twice. I certainly haven't. There's no correlation. Miko will play professional football. I did play collegiate football, but now I'm 10 years removed. I'm getting old, y'all. So the likelihood of me getting drafted and playing professional football tomorrow has no correlation. I haven't been training. I'm not even, there's no way, right? I was never going to be a professional football player. So there's no correlation there. C, Mika will post an Instagram question of the day. This is the answer. As y'all notice, there's an Instagram question of the day, Monday through Friday, every day for the last 6-8 months, something like that. I post those each day. So if you didn't know that, that's okay. I'll give you a pass. But what I want you to see is that since I post them every other day, that means I will post it tomorrow. There's a correlation. So you can say, Miko's going to post an Instagram question of the day tomorrow, or BAS is going to post an Instagram question of the day tomorrow, because there is correlation. Miko will get a bonus tomorrow. If Kevin and Amy are watching, I am predicting that I will be getting a bonus tomorrow. Maybe one of y'all can send them this video, and then that one can come true. So, no, Amy and Kevin treat me very well, but bonus is always good. So, but prediction requires correlation. That's the super important piece. All right, let's keep going. Last question, y'all. My in-laws are coming into town today. This is a true story. They'll be here at 8. When they come into town, I have to clean the house, do the dishes, make sure the extra bed is made, hide the good whiskey, and make sure the dogs are bathed. What does this exemplify? Prediction, description, control, or empiricism? Sweet, excellent job. Lots of B's in the chat, and I love it. B is the correct answer here. So what's going on here is I'm describing the behaviors that I must engage in when the in-laws are coming into town. I've already done most of these. I need to just give the dogs a bath after this call, but this is describing my behavior, what my behavior will look like. So excellent work. All right, couple announcements. I'm going to put your names into a wheel of names. I'm going to give away something, either a tutoring session or a mini mock. So let me do this first. Put your names in. One quick announcement. We are starting this new thing where every Sunday we do a group tutoring session. We offer individual tutoring, so if that's something you're interested in, feel free to let us know. It's $75 an hour for individual. But we also are offering a 3-person group tutoring session. Those are $35. The spots are limited. We have myself and Katie do them, and so the spots fill up kind of quick. But if you're interested in joining at least the email list to enter those, just send me an email and I can put you on the email list. What happens is we send an email on Monday or Tuesday if we're running one that weekend, and then y'all can jump in. But it's essentially like a little question dissection. It's time to ask questions. It's an hour. And so I know there's a couple people on here that have went, and I hope those of you that have found it helpful. So if you're interested in that, just shoot me an email. If it's something that we have a lot of interest for, I might add an extra session and Katie might add an extra session as well. So again, if you're interested, just email either info@behavioranalystsupervisor.com or Miko@behavioranalystsupervisor.com, and I can hook y'all up with that. So let me spin this, and then I do see 2 questions in the chat, so I'll answer those, and then if other people have questions, feel free to ask away. But our winner today is Emily. Miss Emily, you are our winner. You've already got the mini mock, so send me an email, and I will hop on for a 30-minute tutoring session with you. So just go ahead and send me an email and we'll jump in sometime next week. Okay, cool. All right, questions. Okay, first one is, in description, if the behavior is not described, is it not description? It's a good question. Typically, when we look at description, we are thinking about what the behavior looks like. However, if we're describing the environment, this can still fall under that descriptive piece. Primarily, we're looking for the behavior because it allows us to quantify the behavior. You can't quantify the environment, right? So that's why a lot of people say description is primarily the behavior. I'm okay with description being the environment too, because when we take ABC data, we're describing what's going on in the environment. So it's very similar. So kind of yes and no. Primarily look for the behavior though. Setting generalization. Setting generalization is a form of stimulus generalization. The stimulus includes the environment, right? Things in the environment. So it's literally changing the setting, right? Exactly what it says there. So it's going from home to the clinic, going from the clinic to the community, going from the kitchen to the somewhere else. That's not the kitchen. That would be setting generalization. So you'll find it under the section of stimulus generalization. Yeah, an example would be going from the kitchen to the bedroom, right? You've changed the setting. So if you can engage in the behavior in the kitchen and you can engage in the behavior in the bedroom, then you have achieved setting generalization. So cool.